Hello everybody and welcome back to another video by NovaPans Handpans. Today we're continuing with the patterns. Today's pattern 29. Our previous pattern, pattern 28, essentially still written on the board, went like this. Sorry, 3, 4. Today we're going to develop it further and go. Essentially already we can go straight into saying that we're going to put I'm going to rub out the indications of the timing and the hand positions here, if you need those, reference pattern 28. But we can immediately say that there is a knuckle on beats 2 and 4. So what we'll do is we'll rub out those notes, the tie also, and we'll put a knuckle which will be, yes, it's in that note up there. Put that up. So the knuckle is here. Okay. There, it's still connected to that rhythm. This is a ding note at the bottom. Remember, we rewrote it to the bottom just to give it a better, in terms of a more precise reference to what it sounds like, its relation to the pitch. So now we've got we've still got the tie. Feel like I'm missing something. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. Yeah, that's it. You know, I may have messed up the previous pattern, because what's actually happening is just remove that. Instead of those two semiquavers coming in on the half beat, they immediately come in on semiquaver. Like this. So you might have noticed this in the previous video already. Don't be too confused by this here. I might just rub that out to be clearer. But two semiquavers followed by a quaver. So 2/4 of a beat note followed by a half of a beat note. So it's the rhythm, in fact, is. That's exactly how it should have been written for note 20, pattern 28. How I wrote pattern 28 before was So there's a difference between ba 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 ba, which was before, and this, which is ba 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 ba. So we'll have to go back and correct that for 28. But I mean, I'll put it there as an alternative so that you can notice the difference. So before, the difference is that before it was tied over and I was basically basically doing this. I put the semiquavers on the end as opposed to at the beginning. I was going ba 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 as opposed to ba 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 ba. So there's two. That's an alternative for you. So the correct rhythm, in terms of the way I wanted to teach you, is. That's exactly what I'm teaching you. Notice how I'm using my thumb. And that's because I'm playing it on the shoulder. Again, up to you how you do it, but the question is, where am I putting those shoulder notes? I think it's after the second beat. Because what I plan to do is change some of those rhythms from quavers to semi-quavers. But let's just keep it to what it is today. That's all we're doing. So it's the same rhythm as before, we're just changing the second beat and the fourth beat. We're literally adding a note this time to be knuckles, and that's what they are. 4 and 6. Three E and is how you count that. 1 and a 2 and a 3 E and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 E and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 3 E and a, yes. 1 and a 2 and a 3 E and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 E and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 E and 4. Slowly. 1 and a 2 and a 3. 1 and a 2 and a 3 E and 4. Notice how beat 3 is being tied, and we covered that technique method in the previous pattern, in the way that you hold the note at the end of beat 2. So it's like this. 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. So you count 3, but the note's already been played between beats 2 and 3. And if you want a slow version of how to practice that, check out pattern 28. Although I was a little bit confusing about the rhythm of beat 3. But the tide effect, which I taught you, still applies. So I'm trying to think if we can fit something else in today. Yeah, the next pattern will develop some of these rhythms to be a little bit more, complex. Essentially what that means is I'm going to be converting some of these quavers, these half beat notes, into quarter of a beat note. And the reason why I emphasize quarter of a beat notes is because that's just my reference to the length of the note per beat. I don't want that to be confused to the North American terminology of music where names of notes are in reference to the bars. For example, this one beat note would actually be called a quarter beat note. So again, I'm referring to its relation to a singular beat, so it lasts for one beat. North America, you will reference this as a quarter beat note, which is a quarter of the bar. Quarter bar note, I suppose, could also be a name for it. But anyway, in the Commonwealth, we call it a crotchet. That's a quaver, half-beat note, and that's a semi-quaver, which I'll continue to use as reference. Let me know if you have any questions. See you at the next pattern. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.